Okay, this afternoon, just a little before 3, narcotics units were doing a narcotics investigation in the area right behind me here around 8th and Laura. There was a suspect that they were trying to take into custody. He was in the parking lot area of the little food mart over there, the store, and as takedown units started arriving, the suspect ran. And he ran east across the parking lot, across Laura, and on the edge of, on 8th Street, still going east. There were police officers in an unmarked car that came in from the other direction and stopped in the middle of the road as takedown units. And the way it was described to me, the driver of that car opened his car to get out, and as he did, he saw the car that you see out in the intersection coming, and he stopped. The one behind him in the passenger, in the back seat, driver's side, his view was blocked by the driver, and he stepped out of the car, stepped right in front of the car that was coming, and was struck by the car. You can see where the car ended up. It was a pretty good impact. I was just at the hospital a while ago. One of our officers got about 5 years on. His name is Nick Isaraj, I-S-A-R-A-J. I don't have any real exacts, but he's been here about 5 years. He came on in 2009. I got to speak to him in the emergency room before they took him for some CAT scans and x-rays and things. He seemed to be in pretty good spirits. He's banged up really pretty good. And so we're just waiting now to see what the conditions are going to be. So,
can you explain again how, so was the officers were in another car when they got hit by the green car?
Well, the car didn't get hit, only the officer did. As the car pulled up, it was going this way, which would be west, and there's a turn lane in the middle, and they stopped in the middle because the suspect was running toward them. And when they stopped in the middle, as Officer Isaraj stepped out of the back of the car, he stepped into that lane of traffic and didn't see the car that was coming. He got hit by the car.
Was the car coming from the front or the back? From him?
Which car?
Like the car that hit him.
It was coming from the front, but from what it sounds like, his view was obstructed by the driver of the same car he was in that was getting out at the same time. And so he probably didn't see around the door. And he stepped out into the lane, and the cars never touched, but that little Honda that's sitting out there was going eastbound that way, and Officer Isaraj stepped out in front of it and was struck by the car.
So what happened with the suspect?
The suspect was captured basically right there by the other officers that were in the car, and he's in custody.
And the driver of that green car, is he or she facing any charges?
No, I don't think so. They're still working on that, but it looks like the officer, not seeing the car, trying to catch the suspect, stepped out in front of the car.
How fast might that car have been going?
I don't know. Traffic homicide will work on that and try to come up with some of those details. And some cars you can download and see, and they can look at the damage and all that stuff and get some idea, but I don't have that yet.
Can you say preliminary, like the extent of the injuries, broken bones, anything like that?
I don't know. He was complaining about hurting in several places, ankles, knees, legs. He had pretty severe lacerations on his head, and they were taking him for some x-rays and CT scans, so we'll see what kind of damage it was.
Seeing a lot of officers just at that building across the street, is that part of the investigation?
I think everybody that's here probably is. They were working an operation, so they're all here because they sort of all witnessed it.
The officers wearing the ski mask and vest, is that part of the narcotics takedown?
Yeah, they're undercover.
Yeah, a neighbor was saying that they saw some cops in masks behind the dentist office. What are they doing back there?
Well, they're just part of this. I mean, they were all here to do on this investigation, and then once this happened, most of them saw it happen because they were all trying to catch the same suspect. So they're all standing by here as witnesses for us to talk to, and they cover their identities because they work undercover.
Okay. When the suspect, what was he arrested on? What charges?
I don't know that yet, but they can find out for you. Okay, I didn't ask.
Yeah. Did you have that suspect's name?
I don't,
okay.
but we can get it as soon as we can get it to you.
When you say narcotics investigation, was it specifically to take down this one suspect?
I'm not going to talk any real detail about what they were doing, but it was it is a narcotics investigation, and so it's going to be narcotics related, and we'll leave it at that for now.
When you have a situation like this, Sheriff, when you're looking, when one of your officers are hurt, what does that mean for the department?
Well, it's a little tough. I mean, we all know each other, work together. He's been here for 5 years. Some of us like me have been here much longer than that, and you get to know people and you work with them for a long time, and we kind of consider them all part of the family. So it just goes to show again how dangerous the job is. And I know I read sometimes that there's other jobs that are more dangerous than ours. And if you look at purely statistics, you'll find that there are some jobs where there are more people that get hurt, but they get hurt accidentally because they're doing things like cutting down trees that fall on them. We get hurt usually because somebody's trying to hurt us. In this case, this person driving his car was not trying to hurt anybody. I don't want to imply that, but in the function of his job of trying to catch this suspect, he didn't use as much care as he should have right there. He didn't see the car. I think most of us have stepped off the curb before and thought, oh my gosh, where did that one come from? So, and I'm sure that's what happened. Like I said, I think the fact that he was on the driver's side of the car and the driver stepped out in front of him, he didn't see it because his view was blocked, and he stepped further out and he got hit by it.
So he was in the rear seat.
He was in the rear seat on the same side as the driver.
And the door was open, obstructing his view.
Yes.
The people in the lady in the dress, the people by the tree, what is their affiliation with this?
Don't have any idea who they are.
Oh, okay.
Azara, how old is he? Does he have a wife and kids?
He does, I know, have a wife because I know she's been contacted, or I wouldn't have told you his name yet, you know, because it's only fair he gets to hear it from us.
Yeah.
And I also spoke to his sister and his mother. So, and other than that, I don't really know how much family he's got.
You know how old he is?
I really don't.
Can you pronounce his name one more time, his last name?
They told me it's Isara.
Isara, okay.
I-S-A-R-A-J and the J silent.
And he's conscious and everything, right?
Yeah, he was talking to me. He remembered what happened.
What did he say about this?
I walked up because there were doctors all around him, and they kind of moved to let me get there along with one of the traffic homicide detectives that'll work this. And I just spoke to him and asked him if he was okay, and asked him if he needed anything or needed me to do anything, and he said, "Undersheriff, it's all good," and he gave me a thumbs up. So then I stepped back and let them ask him a few questions, and then let the doctors do their work. We'll talk to them more later.
And the driver of the car has been fully cooperative? Or?
Yeah, you know, she was. I think it's a she. I don't want to say the driver. Might be he, and somewhere I heard she. You know, I think they were pretty upset too. I mean, they're just driving along, and somebody just popped out in front of them. So.
And an officer, to say the least.
Yeah.
The narcotics, what you guys were trying to accomplish before all that happened, since the suspect's caught, did you guys accomplish what you were trying to, or is there still more?
You know what? I don't know a lot of the details, and if I did, I wouldn't talk to you about them.
Okay.
To be quite honest, okay?
Anything else?
Just what would you? I mean, playing off of what he said, I mean, just a very dangerous job. Anything else that you'd like? I understand you guys have your.
Well, we lost a longtime officer this week. She died of cancer. Funeral's tomorrow, in fact. And we all grieve when that happens. I know her husband and her mother, and so it's tough. We work together for a long time. I mean, it's not the kind of job where people come in and they leave and transfer somewhere else in a year. Generally, they're here for 25 or 30 years, and we all get to know each other. So we try to look out for each other too. There's a lot of people at the hospital with his family, and we'll take care of them.
Non-life-threatening?
It appears to be that way. He was talking, he was fine now. They could go back and find something wrong, I guess, but I certainly hope not. He was talking, I don't think that's going to be the case.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.
All right,
Thank you for
thanks. I'll
coming
get
up
out
so
of here.
quickly. We appreciate it.